Don't come easily, yeah. We got something to talk about.
Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Like, I'm really doing this. I'm like seriously on my second video. Like, yo, that is crazy. That's mad crazy. I didn't think I had received 200 views on my first video, and I did not think I would even make it that. And I just want to thank everybody that watched my video, seriously. If this lash look like it's leaning, pray for it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Pray for it. And that's just that on that, on my mama. This video is basically trial and error that people go through when having a business, and things you expect that it really won't happen like that at all. One of the biggest trial I had was thinking that it would be hard to start a business. It's not hard to start a business. It's hard to keep a business. I think that's where the fight comes, because you feel so weighed down and you feel so like when you don't have support as much as you thought you would, it kind of weighs you down and you don't want to continue. It's easy to start something and people are there when you start something, but when it's time for it to actually kick in and it's time for you to need people to keep it up, it kind of don't run that way. You know what I'm saying? I thought that because when starting a hair business, first you have to do a lot of research, and you think it's a lot, but really it's not a lot. You really can go on websites like Alibaba.
Do not use AliExpress
As a vendor search. Never use AliExpress as a vendor search, because that is the biggest lie in the United States of America. Not gonna lie to you. That is the biggest lie. Another thing that's the biggest lie that I expected that didn't happen was when you go in the hair store, you see 9A, 10A, 12A. Those are China marketing schemes. And I'm finna give y'all real tea here. Like, those are China marketing schemes. Yeah, there's a difference, but it's really no difference. It's like the same thing, but at a higher price. China marketing schemes, when people be like, I want Indian hair, Malaysian hair, Brazilian hair, it's really no difference in none of them. It's no difference. Those are China marketing schemes to make people think that there is a big huge difference. It's really not. It's really not. Another expectation I had with running a business, when you look at vendors, I learned this from Everything Ebony. When you look at vendors and you go on Alibaba to search, you must know that those vendor photos that are there are copied. So like, if you keep doing your research long enough, you'll figure out, you'll see 2 to 3 vendors having that same exact photos, and none of them would be true. And some of them would be true, but most of them won't be true. And if they have celebrities on their page, no, that's not real. Because no vendor is finna release a celebrity buying their hair, because they want to keep that customer in, and that's their biggest market. So like, I Am Alonzo, if somebody sends you a wig that I Am Alonzo did, or Arrogant Tay, if they send you one of those, then you must know that vendor is so false. That vendor is selling you nothing, basically. Another thing that I expected was basically that the first vendor would be the best vendor. And people don't realize there are so many great vendors. You can't just stick with one. I always like to say refresh. See if you can find something better than your hair vendor. See if you can find a lash better than your lash vendor. See if you can find something better. And if you can't, yes, stick with that vendor. But if you can, it's always dope to have a backup. I've always had people that had a business tell me, always have a backup vendor. Because just in case, China has a lot of holidays. So just in case this one serves to this holiday, you have this one that really don't serve to this holiday. And in case this one's out of stock of 28 inches, say for instance, you have this one that's not out of stock for 28 inches. So make sure you have multiple vendors when starting a hair business. And that's another trial I had with, was thinking that it'll be cheap. It's not cheap to start a business, because you have to run trials and tests on your vendors, because you have to have them ship hair, and shipping from China is very expensive. A vendor charge $26, even $30. That's why when people be like, oh, you can get this lash vendor from this price for Amazon and it's cheaper. That is true, but when you're buying from China, let me break it down to y'all. If your vendor charge $3.50 for lashes, per lash you buy, then you got to times that by how many ever you want. So say if you buy 350 lashes, you get 200 lashes. Now, once you do that, now you got to add shipping, which is $26 or $30. Then once you do that, China sometimes do not trip. They do not play. Sometimes you have to add the $7 PayPal fee. Once you combine all that together, then you understand why people charge $15, $10. That's always been a misconception that people have, that, oh, people are ripping you guys off if they're charging $15 for a lash. That is false. That is so false. We're not ripping you off. We're trying to make a profit for ourselves. So like with vendors, you have vendors that is different prices for different lengths of hair. So you have to times those 3 lengths that you want, like 16, 18, 20, plus a closure. You have to times those by that, and then you have to add in shipping, then PayPal fee. So when you be like saying people charge like $200, $300, oh, that's a ripoff. Oh, no, that's not a ripoff. That's a person trying to get her profit, because when you start a business, you're going to need profit in order to keep that business. And you cannot start a business without profit. You can't keep a business without profit. If you're not making profit and you're not making any money, baby, what you in the business for? Like, if you can't go to Bella Noches, where the heck can you go? Another expectation that I have with business is thinking that building a website is hard. It's really not that hard. I always say once you figure out the logo, you got your prices. Everything after that is so easy. Like, you can't mess up on building a website. It's one of the easiest things ever. I think the best tip I got when starting a business was joining Facebook business groups, and them women sharing and gathering up with women who also have a business and can talk about their business and give tips like, oh, I tried this logo creator. She's pretty dope. She's pretty affordable. Here she is. Here's her number. That's not jealous and not like trying to get you to, but don't mind sharing with you. You know what I'm saying? That's always amazing. And I'm in a group like that. We all have a hair business, but none of us are jealous of each other's accomplishment. And I talk to these girls every day. They will be at my wedding. They will be at my child delivery. They will be everywhere. Because they done became more than just friends. When you find friends like that and you connect with friends like that, it makes having a business so much easier. Because when you want to quit, I've had my friends say, take some time off, that's fine, but you're not finna quit. You find out something new like, oh, we found this that could make an e-flyer. Contact her. Another error I had with business was paying for promo. I used to pay $25, $15. I think the highest I paid was $30 for promo. Nope, $50. $50 for promo was the highest I paid. Let me tell you something. If you know how to work and you know how to market yourself, you don't really have to pay for promo. I'm not saying it did not help. It brings in a lot of views, but it really don't bring in purchases, buyers, and stuff like that. Because I only had one promo where I did, and it brought in a customer, an actual customer to purchase and get something from me. But I had to do a lot of convincing with that customer, you know what I'm saying? Most of the customers I have come from word of mouth. Word of mouth is your biggest advocate for starting a business. It's one of the biggest things that you can use to start a business. Because paying for promo is all fun and games and it's all nice, but all you're going to get is like people coming to your website. You know what I'm saying? People viewing your website. If you don't have people that's already on your page, you know, and people that already don't wear your hair and you use them for photos, then no, it's gone. It's gone. Like, basically that customer is gone. Another thing that I had with starting a business was thinking that, okay, I need somebody to create my cards. I need somebody to, like, this stuff would be expensive. It's really not. If you know how to do it and you know websites to go to and you catch, Visa Print is one of your biggest friends when starting a business. Those you can create your card, your bundle hang tags. You can start those thank you cards. It's so easy on Visa Print and you can do it yourself. I'm telling you, once you have your logo, everything after that is smooth selling. Nothing becomes hard after that because it's easy. Now all you have to do is place your logo on every single thing and then your social media. And that's really it to it. Like, you don't have to add anything else to the card. And basically when you do bundle wraps, add your logo and then that's it. That's really all you have to do to create a bundle wrap. Another trial, I started out with pink because people were like, pink is the way to catch people. Pink is the way to bring in girls. When actually every person you know that sell hair has pink in their line. It's either pink or glittery or purple. Long as you have a bright color and great marketing, you really are good. Like, I use color orange. Orange so happened to be a nice color to me. It's actually one of my favorite colors. I use orange because long as you keep your business bright and your website and they see, oh, this is nice. I like this. I like this color. You know, people are simple-minded like that. Not saying they're simple-minded, but they look at stuff like that. If you bring in with a bright color, oh, I like this color. Okay, I see her. Let me keep going through her website. Another trial I had, making prices would be easy. Let me tell you something. Creating prices is so hard. You will basically be up all night trying to create great marketing prices, because not only do you want to make sure that you grab people with these amazing prices, but you also got to look at your competition. You also got to see, okay, if I sell these prices, who else got prices like this? You want to be better than your competition. Now, you don't want to go too low when you ain't making nothing, but you also want to be better than your competition. You know what I'm saying? And reality, if people selling hair that's like 16, 18, 20 plus a frontal for $115 or $98, escort yourself out that place or out that website, because 9 out of 10, that's not good hair. Because no hair should be that low. Now, it shouldn't be $300 and it shouldn't be dang near $270. You have to make prices that accommodate your customers, but you also have to make prices that accommodate you. So it's like a battle almost, but you make sure you win. But you got to understand, it's not hard to fool these people. I'm not saying it is. It's not hard to fool these people. So say when you're making a flyer, don't put up base prices. I often do that because I want people to see the base prices and I want to be honest with you. But some people put up 15% off on these bundles. So what you're not realizing is what they did. They done up their prices. And you're thinking it's the same. They done up their prices or done up the taxes on their prices. So that when you put in that 15%, you're really only paying like $3 to $4 under. You see what I'm saying? Catch. A trial that I had, I thought I didn't have to use hashtag. But actually, hashtag helps. It gets people. Whether you know it or not, people do type in like protective styles on Instagram or protective styles on Pinterest. Pinterest is something so good to use as a business because that's where everybody looks for hair. It is so good to have. Last, I think, an expectation that be just popping right out the gate. Nah, dog, that ain't how it work. You gotta put in work. No offense, I really dislike those people that be like, hey, can you send me your vendor name? Like, I did all this work and you want me to send you my vendor name just like that? Without you doing any work? They'll put money in this vendor, and you just want me to send my vendor with no hesitation, huh? Because I feel like put it in your work. Put in work. When having a business, you gotta put in work, literally. You gotta start from the ground up, because you ain't gonna make it just out the gate. And it's understandable, people not gonna support you because they gotta see what you sell. People don't want to waste their money. People don't want to, especially with hair, because it's such a thing that's so high, it gets high. People don't want to waste their money. It takes time. You must put in work, and you must stay active. You must post every day. One time you should post on your Instagram is less than 4 times. You should be posting every day, because that brings in customers. People are getting aware of you, and people are noticing you if you keep on posting. I don't care who nerves you get on. This is your business. If this your livelihood, post. Till they unfriend you, and that's just all they're gonna have to do, and that's just it, and that's all. Unfriend you, be like, bye. These are like trials and errors of starting a business, and these are trials that I face. So thank you guys for watching my video. We'll be back with another video next week, dog. Peace.
It's good. What I say? Don't come easily, yeah. We got something to talk about.
Yeah, we got it.